Hello and welcome to the Points of Articulation. My name's Dave, and today we are reviewing a bunch of X-Wings, basically. We're going to take a look at the mold of diecast X-Wings of the Micro Machines line way back in 1996, and how it changed around 2007, 2008. And then that's where we're going to cut it off, because then, The Force Awakens came out, and the Black Series Titaniums kind of took over. So, first off, actually, we have the original diecast X-Wing from Galoob Micro Machines, and back in the day, these guys made the greatest little ships ever. One day we'll review them. I got a huge box of them back there. As you can see, diecast metal X-Wing. The mold's alright for back in the day. It's a sticker remnants here. It's pretty neat. Back you can see 1996. It tells you there's a stand and the cockpit opens. We have this Y-Wing Sandcrawler blue TIE Fighter from Empire and Return of the Jedi, since they were white in the original Star Wars. We have the Star Destroyer, X-Wing, and Falcon. And I have all these. We'll get to them sooner or later. But I just want to show you guys this real quick, because this is the clean version. I didn't want to open it. But let's take a look at the Dagobah version. And this mold is the same as the 1996 version, but it was released sometime after 2007, I think. And first we'll take a look at the paint, then I'll go into the mold, and then we'll look at the other two. Now, this right here, I believe, is Luke Skywalker's X-Wing, since he was the only dude on Dagobah. So, first of all, we have the blue cockpit, see-through plastic to simulate the glass, and that opens. No detail inside, though. We have some yellow, some red, black. The engines are painted gray. Some blue on the laser cannon. And then the exhaust ports are gray, and the I don't know what to call it. The exhaust is actually blue, but in the film it's red. So I don't know what they were going for there. Now right here is painted dark gray for the back of the ship. R2 is covered over with gook, and that's about it. It just has some red on the wings here and here, and we have a lot of painted on. It isn't sculpted in there, like the seaweed, swamp muck. That's painted like black, dark green, light green. Like, it looks alright for what it's supposed to be. Now for the mold, I think it looks real good from the back to the front, but the wings are where it loses me. First of all, they're stuck in this position, which for 1996, what do you want? I think it's good. If you wanted the wings that open and shut, you would buy the Action Fleet. But there's some detail sculpted in there. You can see there. Like, the mold is actually very detailed. It's just there's no wash on it, really, so you can't really pick it up at all. But as I was getting into, the wings, besides not opening and closing, which is, that's alright for the time, the laser cannons are actually pegged in and glued into the side of the wing, which isn't how it is in the movie. It should be on the top. So that's a Dagobah X-Wing. It's alright. And that also came with his stand, and I'll get to the stand when I'm done with these two. So next we'll look at Red 4. And we're just going to look at the paint on this one, because Wedge is painted better, and I'll show you the wings and whatnot. So this is a new mold. It's like thinner. Like you can see, it's a little longer than this one. The paint is better. It's got some sort of wash on there. All the details stick out. So first we'll look at the paint. We have maroon. We have some yellow, a dark yellow, yellow under here, a lighter yellow, dark gray. The wings have the red. The engines are painted with a light gray in the back. The top of the wings have the red, yellow on the cannons. The cockpit is a light grayish blue. The R2 unit has red on it, red and silver. And this section here is painted dark gray. I'm trying to see. I think that's about it. So this is red 4. So now I'll show you Wedge and go over some other stuff. Okay, now this is Wedge's. This is my favorite out of the 3 I have. Now, as you can see, it's more dirty. Like they went over this with stuff. I think they might just like hit it with an airbrush or something, because it has a wash, but you could tell that they just went over and hit here, hit there. You can see it's like spray, spray, spray. The R2 unit is red and silver, just like the other one. This one, instead of being painted, they went in there with the black wash or whatever, and now that looks better. The back has the black wash, so that looks cool. Now for besides this opening, it also has other articulation. It's always tough with these bad boys. They never want to open. It has landing gear in the front. It's got a separation right there. I don't want to break it. And it also has landing gear. Okay, that doesn't want to come out. Landing gear in the bottom of the engines. I can't. This one just doesn't want to budge. A lot of these, like you can see the glue in there. It's holding it in. It's a little shiny. A lot of these, sometimes they get glued, and you can't open landing gear or the cockpits. Just something that goes with it, with buying them. So that's what it would look like if the landing gear was down, just like the movie. It's pretty accurate to the films, and the best part of it is if you hold the 2 engines and just spread, you get the detail molded in the wings, and it's actually painted. And the wings open up, and as you can see, the laser cannon is on the top of the wing. And I'll get the Dagobah one again, and you can see the difference. Like this one is way accurate to the film. That's about it. Now, what you get with these are stands, and each one comes with a stand. And if you ever collected the Action Fleet, it's the same basic stand. The Action Fleet had the black with the Star Wars, and then a little section to put the pilots in. But since people can't fit in these, you just get the stand with the peg, and the ports are on the bottom of the ship. And you just slide that right in there. And then you could do whatever. You could spin it around. I like to keep them straight. I don't know. But yeah, it holds up good. And for the one in the package, the original ones had blue stands. And then they turned black, and now the new ones for The Force Awakens, the black series, are just see-through plastic, which is alright. We'll get to these. Probably next I'll do a new one. So, those are the X-Wings. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.